Mm, Personal pronouns. I'm going to talk about personal pronouns. Personal pronoun itself is very important when we use speak and learning foreign language. For example, when I speak Vietnamese and then knowing about the personal pronouns and related with expression with the personal pronoun or other related nouns, and it's about relationship and at the society, from the family to working place or school, or when we meet other people or we talk each other, but when we call people, it's very important. From the personal pronouns to the job names, occupation names, for example, and shop owner, and then there's so many expression about personal pronouns. For example, in Korean, and also it's quite difficult. Let's guess when the Vietnamese people live in Korea, they should know about the expression about the personal pronouns and also call the people. How can they people? This is about the culture, relationship in culture. And then recently, my language partners who study with me, and then she came to Korea, and then she started working here in Korea, uh, in the big city. Just like, and then she knew about talking a little bit, and then she passed the exam, topic one or two, and then can communication a little bit, talking in Korean as well. But now knowing about the pronouns, personal pronouns, the relations, and for example, when the foreigners speak Korean with the same age or older people, and then the foreigners can say about using Korean word yo, and then yo means 안녕하세요. It's simply and then good morning or good afternoon, and the greet, and then or um, 어디 가요? And then where are you going? And then is this is expression like this. So and the end of yo is very, very important in Korean expression. But if the grown-up tell children, and then should know about the 반말, and then for children, and then and asking, talking, and little bit, yeah, and then getting familiar. The relationship and personal pronouns very important. Now I would like to make a contention about how to we call people in relationship from the when the uh, foreigners come to Korea, and then in Korea, Korean people speak each other. For example, at a restaurant, and then we call the owner, and call 사장님 in Korean, and or the at the restaurant we call 이모, and 이모 means aunt in English, and then uh, maybe in Vietnamese and say that boy, and then call 이모 in Korean, and so this is also uh, basically very important, and then relationship. When we meet people for the first time, we know about and then we need to polite expression to talk with them, and then we can figure out just say hello, and then but when we leave the small village and then and we meet people again and again, um, so we have a relationship. Sometimes we have a good relationship, just like friends, and then we can say and then read and talk about ourselves, where we are from, or what are we doing now, and then asking that about so many things we can talk. By doing that, and then we can good friendship, having good friendship. Then, and with good friendship, we call each other. That is a personal pronouns as a friends. For example, and when knowing about aging, older people in Korean, and then we call in Korea and the brother and elder brother or younger brother, and it's not like English, but it's similar in Vietnamese. So, and then calling people is very important, and also it's quite different at the company. In Korea, is the working culture of working is quite different from other country. Maybe I think working culture in Korea is different from the that of Vietnam, and then so it's quite different. So and calling people with their um, rank means their occupation from CEO, then the president and manager and the vice manager, assistant manager, all have they have rank in at their working place. If working place is a middle-sized factory, so this relationship is very important to understand about. And then I would like to make content about the personal pronoun and calling in Korean for my language partners. I would like to this content into Vietnamese, and then I research Korean and Vietnamese and research about this content with AI, with the help of AI. And then I can make the content more. Okay, so now I can copy what I'm talking here. This way, writing with a voice is very easy. So I can get a content here. In English, my content of how to call people, personal pronoun and calling or rank in from family to working place to communicate with when the go abroad, and then knowing about personal pronoun in foreign language is very important. Then after proofreading it, now I can add my content here. Okay, let's see. I can share my page with AI. Then AI can give me some content. What I'm talking here is about the personal pronoun, understanding personal pronoun and how to address people when communicate abroad. And this is very important. So, and then I can talk with this with my um, uh, language partners, and then we're gonna make content, translate into Korean and Vietnamese above. Now I can copy this for my job program. Let's see. Understanding personal pronoun and how to address people when communicating abroad. When learning a new language, one of the most important but often confusing parts is how to call people. This includes personal pronoun, title, and ways of addressing others. Understanding these expressions help us communicate respectively and build better relationship, especially when we go abroad. What are personal pronouns? And personal pronouns was like are, you, he, she, we, they. But in many languages, such as Korean and Vietnamese, these pronouns are not used simply to refer to people. They also show respect, social rank, and closeness in relationship. That's why learning how to use them correctly is essential for effective communication. For example, in Vietnamese, when people talk to each other, they often use pronouns that express their age, relationship, and respect such as anti and for or back. Similarly, in Korean, pronouns like na, no, ku, and 그녀 exist, but in daily life, people often avoid them and instead of use title or relationship terms. From family to society, how we address people in most cultures, how we call others change depending on context, from family to school to workplaces, even public spaces, family and friends. In Korean and Vietnamese, family terms are often used even outside the home. And for example, in Korean, older brother 형 and older sister 누나, 오빠, 언니, 이모, and 아저씨, Mr. and uncle, 아줌마, madam. Vietnamese and auntie and 고주, 막. These words and not only show family roles but also social connection. For instance, in a restaurant in Korea, customers often call the waitress Imo, which literally means as a friendly, respectful way of addressing her. School and friends, and at schools, and Korean students call each other 선배 and or 후배 and senior and junior. And friends of the same age it may use name yeah to sound friendly in Vietnam, and students also call each other by pronoun based on age like an M or GM, depending on who is oldest. Workplace and titles. In workplace, and Koreans usually avoid using you directly instead, and they call people by their job. 사장님, 부장님, 과장님, 선생님. And this is very different from English, where the people often use first names or Mr., Mrs. It reflects Korea's respect-oriented business culture. Why it matters when you go abroad. Knowing how to call people properly helps avoid an awkward situation, shows cultural understanding, for example. When I meet a person working in Korea and they should learn to use polite forms like 안녕하세요, avoid using you, and with older or seniors people. A Korean person in Vietnam should understand when to use and depending on who they are talking to. Even simple greeting and the pronouns can change the tone and relationship of a conversation. That's why learning personal pronoun is not only about grammar, it's about building connection in a new culture. And also, language is more than words, it's a reflection of the society and respect. Now, whether you are in Korea and Vietnam or any other country, learning how to call people properly shows kindness, awareness, and cultural intelligence. But by understanding personal pronouns and titles, you can communicate naturally, avoid misunderstandings, and create better relationships wherever you go. Okay.